Oomba, oomba, ooh, ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh, ah. Why do fools fall in love? Hey guys, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez, coming at you with an Earth 2 update video, throwback to the 50s with that one. Please use referral code and Patreon. That means the world to me. And I do this all for free, so that really helps. Getting right into it. Is this a bubble with no long-term profit? How can you tell? Okay, so bubbles are a lot different than dips or anything. Bubbles mean basically almost like a pyramid scheme. Like in the 90s or early 2000s when the housing market crashed. What happened? Early 90s, you have a bunch of people getting houses that could not afford those houses, could not afford the payments. The bank knew they couldn't afford the payments. They put all that bad money, gave people with like 500 credit houses. Not that people with 500 credit can't afford houses, but most times they can't. Most times it just means they don't pay their bills. For some people though, like me, when I got out of the military, I just didn't have credit, so my credit was like 550, and no rhyme or reason. I just didn't have credit. So that does happen sometimes, but a lot of times it's because all right, yeah, couldn't pay your bills, and this was happening in conjunction with people that had homes taking loans out on their homes, the equity in their homes, saying like, I'm going to use this as collateral to buy even more property. Multiple people were having multiple properties, and the people that only had one property most times could not afford it. And what happened was they all stopped paying at once. Market has crashed. Could something similar happen here? Short answer is probably not. There is, a small chance where as soon as buildings are wiped, some people think that other areas that they had bought are no longer worth it. You're going to see a lot of people try to sell. If you see, and we see this in Pokemon too, if you see a bunch of people try to sell and nobody buys, then that would be a very big dip, and quite possibly one would consider it a crash. However, if you see a bunch of people selling and it sells, that means people are still buying. So I would see a dip because people are trying to liquidate, but as long as people are buying, that is okay. That's 100% fine. The only time it would crash is if there's absolutely no interest at all in the game. So, but that's what that would be. I do not see this as a bubble. Honestly, even though I think there will be a dip, there's a potential that there's not. There's a potential that so much new money is going to come in from China, from Russia, everywhere overseas, Saudi Arabia, when it opens, that the dip that I suspect will happen will just get absorbed by all of that incoming money. And again, it's just my opinion. Why is crypto a good thing? All right, so crypto has long been considered money that cannot be devalued. In the same way that Gary tells SpongeBob in that dream, dreams have been considered portal ways to another realm. Crypto is money that cannot be devalued, meaning, like the US dollar, US government, yes, the US Mint prints some, but so does the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve is no more federal than like Federal Express. It is a private company, but it prints money out of thin air, and you just can't do that with crypto. You can't do that with this game. You can't do that because there's there's a finite amount of them, and that's it. That's what makes these things so valuable. Blockchain technology has long been known to have many use cases within the video game sector. Gamers tend to be strong supporters of cryptocurrency, and there now appears to be a clear connection between the market rebound and a major increase use within the gaming space. Other types of cryptocurrency integration is also taking place within the video game sector. Earlier, I think it was actually last year, new Minecraft server Satoshi Quest went live, and that Minecraft world enabled players to participate in a Bitcoin treasure hunt, and the rewards came from 1 Bitcoin fee to play. Can you imagine if this is one of those mini games inside the game? The developers have said they want to convert our credit into cryptocurrency, and stashing extra credits or bits hidden in tiles would be a massive incentive for people to buy and explore. Gaming industry has long asserted that the legacy transaction infrastructure is ill-suited for their products. Legacy meaning like places like wherever you can get games, GameStop, Walmart, wherever, because it take a lot of time. Gamers, a lot of introverts, to go outside, and they'll do it because that's where their homies are, I guess. But you just don't want to do that. Most notably, purchases made by credit or debit cards incur fees that make micro purchases very impractical. So if you want to buy something for $1, you pay fees on it, which 9 cents doesn't sound like a lot, but when that's 9% of what you're trying to purchase, yeah, that's a lot. So you do have these things where if you have credits in the game, no additional fees. Super fantastic. Although also the borderless nature of virtual worlds often cause problems with other specific currencies, it is not surprising that some developers are now turning to blockchain for a solution. Again, other currencies like right now, I think TransferWise is one of the only ways that you can get your money out of this relatively quickly. You can obviously do PayPal, you can email them, and they'll get it out eventually when they have time. Again, they're very, very bogged down by stuff right now, but TransferWise makes it very, very simple. Merging cryptocurrency with gaming does open a door to a number of taxation and regulatory challenges, so this is just be advised. The U.S. Internal Revenue Service had removed the requirement to report transactions involving in-game tokens back in 2020, yet it still requires reporting transactions made with blockchain-based currencies such as Bitcoin. And I imagine whatever cryptocurrency these guys let us have, it's going to be pretty much the same thing. So in-game crypto could run afoul of anti-gambling laws as well, or violate know your customer regulations. Some cryptocurrency critics have, in fact, asserted that video games can be used to launder money or evade sanctions, and they're right, it could. But the same way as like, okay, yeah, cheeseburgers are bad for you, they can kill you. Yes, they could, but I feel like a lot of people, they don't. It's just like, okay, eat a couple every once in a while, it's fine. But a lot of people abuse it. You just got to hope that people don't abuse this. But there is thus no doubt that gaming could play a tremendous role in bringing cryptocurrency into mainstream, even more than it already has. And this move, I think, is clearly underway. Now, why I think also VR will be positive. How many of you experience negativity on a daily basis? Not just from the news or having negative people in your life or at the office, but I mean people just telling you that you suck. Not even random haters like I have like down there in the comments. You guys probably seen. How many of you have had family be negative toward your life choices? Everyone press F in the chat to pay respects to our parents' hopes and dreams for us. Like mine. My mom wanted me to be a veterinarian. She made it well known that I was a severe disappointment and I should go to school. College, which I did not until I got out of the military. But how many of you are experiencing that same type of negativity when talking about this game? People saying, oh yeah, you're going to make $1 million. I'll believe that when that happens. Or yeah, okay. Just in a very sarcastic voice. Am I bullish on this game? Abso-freaking-lutely. Why? Because there is a reason that people pay hundreds of thousands of dollars for the cardboard that is Pokemon. There's a reason why Cobra Kai is such a huge hit and why Fuller House was one of the most watched TV series on Netflix when it premiered. Because emotions and nostalgia strike a chord with people. Long Island iced teas and nostalgia have one thing in common. They make you do things that you would not normally do, like spend money on a game so you can build an adventure, because virtual reality is a lot kinder than the real world. And that's why I'm still all in. That's why I have no intentions. 12 grand payoff on this card. At the end of the week, hopefully I should have 8 grand left on this card. And once that's paid off, hopefully by the end of the month, but definitely by February 1st, it's all in on this game. I'm going towards China, like I said in the other video. China, there's Singapore, there's Spain, a bunch of those places. So that glitch with Brazil is fantastic for me. Because and now tiles are worth like $250 a tile, and I have so many tiles in Brazil because I bought that one for the boat parties. Obviously, that's not a real thing. That'll go back down. But that does make you kind of consider, okay, well, what could the tiles reach that price eventually? The U.S. is already 10% of the way there, and that's 2 months after the soft launch. All right, so let me say that again. The U.S. is already 10% of the way of this glitch is happening, where Brazil is at $250 a tile. US is $25 a tile. If you were to tell me that in December when I started buying, when US was $2.25 a tile, I would have sold my entire Tesla stock. I would have sold what Pokemon cards I had, liquidated everything to buy into this. Obviously, I pretty much knew it, like, oh, you have something here. This you guys might have did something. So I invested little by little as I read and I started learning about the developers and the passion they have, especially now how insane they are with not sleeping. Everyone working 24-hour shifts, and I'm more convinced now every single day, just because of what's happening. The servers being overloaded, having this explosive growth inside of 2 months. Again, I don't see something like this. And should I still sell a bunch of stuff for this? Yes, I probably should. Like, if I were a betting man, which obviously I am, also like to gamble in Atlantic City and Vegas, I should do that because of the potential of this game. I have enough. I don't even have to sell, 100% of everything. I could sell 10% of everything and put that in this game, and I should, but risk diversifying. I will do that once that card is paid off and my expendable income can go into this each month. That's what I'll be doing. So guys, I love you. Just comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. I'll see you all later. Bye. Yeah.